Hey there. As many of you know, I've been working with the theme of coming alive and doing the thing, taking action in your life. And I'm also reading a book, Coming Back to Life, the updated guide to the work that reconnects by Joanna, Macy, and Molly Young Brown. And as I'm reading, it's broken my heart open. I came across this quote I want to share with you. You can hold yourself back from the suffering of the world. This is something you are free to do. But perhaps precisely this holding back is the only suffering you might be able to avoid. It's from Franz Kafka, and I'm going to share it again. You can hold yourself back from the suffering of the world. This is something you are free to do. But perhaps precisely this holding back is the only suffering you might be able to avoid. It's a little bit paradoxical, but what I noticed this morning as I was sitting reading and weeping with my heart cracked open, feeling tremendous grief about some of the problems in the world, the state of the world, what we've done to our planet, the political system, you name it, and not a hopeless grief. This was an enlivening grief. And when I realized that there's a way in which certainly I have from time to time numbed myself, held myself back from the suffering of the world. And there's a way in which when we allow ourselves to feel that, we actually come more alive. We may not know what to do, but let's not confuse knowing what to do with being able to feel. Perhaps there's a wisdom, I believe there is, available to us when we sink into our feelings, not to be overwhelmed by them, not to go into ain't it awful, it's so big and I'm so small, but to let our wise hearts, to let these bodies that physically vibrate with every other living thing on this planet, let them teach us. And perhaps being students of that teaching may involve some suffering. But perhaps holding back from that suffering is the greater suffering, the suffering of not being fully alive. I'd love to know what you think. Share it in the comments. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week.